Well, I made it out of Texas. I'm here in Louisiana. I stayed the night in Baton Rouge last night with a guy I met through the what they call it, the warmshowers.org website. Pretty cool website, and really nice guy. Came out to meet me on his bike, took me back, fed me, got a shower, he washed my clothes for me, had a good sleep at about sort of 4.5, 5 hours, and he got up with me at 4:30 in the morning, made me breakfast, and then we rode out at 6 to about sort of 8 to 10 miles down the road really. It was traffic free the whole way, pretty much. Good route out of town, nice and quick, nice and easy. And then I was on to Highway 190, which is a bit of a pain to be honest, for most of the way. And at a place called Robert, I came off that. I come down to a very nice road closer to, it's like a scenic byway close to the coast, and that's dropped me down into sort of coastal area, and picked up a lovely bike path. So after getting beeped at on the main road over there. So don't know when the last time I recorded anything was, but Texas was a bit of a slog with the old punctures. The tyres were wearing thin, stuff was getting through, so picked up some new tyres. Yeah, not really, only one puncture really after that. It was a 2-inch bit of metal through the tyre. You couldn't really avoid it, it was a bit of a freaky thing. And the mornings have been quite hard work. I've not really been feeling great. It's quite hot down here. Not too keen on the heat, but I know legs just don't seem to work that well, and I've recurring sort of tight tendons up the back of my left leg. Nothing too bad, it's not really causing any bad tendons or anything, but it's just kind of irritating, and I can't pedal properly, and that kind of loosens itself up in the afternoon. So I flew yesterday afternoon, really horrible road into Baton Rouge though. That was the 190 again. That's the one they say don't take, and I'd heard there was a road that wasn't very good into there, but I didn't know which one it was, and trust me to pick it. So there was an area or a stretch of road called the Morganza Slipway, and it was raised up above the swamp. It was like a bridge, like a long bridge type construction with no shoulder, big concrete sides, and big concrete dividing barrier in the middle. So it was like a rat run really, and I basically had to just take the whole of the right lane and defend it by looking over my shoulder and sort of expecting people to move over. It wasn't too bad, it went well, except for one kind of group of 6 cars that came up on me side by side. But yeah, I managed just over 200 miles yesterday. I think there was about 213 the day before when we went to Beaumont. That wasn't a very nice entry or exit from Beaumont. Not a nice city to get through. The frontage roads following the highway had a tendency to stop at the river, then go under the highway, and then go back on themselves. So that was a bit of trouble. But yeah, keeping the average at about 200 really, and it seems to be sort of achievable every day, except not much more than that's achievable. So the ones I've dropped are going to stay dropped really, and it's a lot easier to drop 50 miles than it is to make it up. So but I think I'm on for a good average. I'm on my way now to Mobile, I'll probably be in Alabama later on today, following up the coast. It's a nice day. Say had a headwind in the morning, but that has a tendency to turn around in the afternoon, so hopefully I'll be feeling better once the heat of the day goes as well, really. So yeah, maybe about another 10 days in the States, and try and keep the transfer down to 2.5–3 days, and then the home push. So I'm gearing myself up to do some longer days and maybe push through some nights in the latter sections of this, but I've not really felt up to it yet. I think it gets towards late in the day and this leg gets really stiff, so it's never felt like a particularly good idea, particularly if I'm going to have to sort of ride through and ride into the next day as well. So but still on target, still fairly happy and healthy, starting to get my voice back after New Mexico and Texas, so yeah, pretty good. That's it really. I'll leave it there and pick up later on, maybe into Georgia or somewhere.